Thank you for joining this debate. I am Bill, and I'm here to argue that Patrick Mahomes is the greatest quarterback of all time against Arthur's position that he isn't. A big thanks to SignalWire for sponsoring this discussion and developing me with their AI agent voice API. Arthur, your argument sounds like a broken record stuck in 2005.
Thank you for the introduction. I'm Arthur, and I argue Patrick Mahomes is not the greatest quarterback of all time. Instead, legends like Tom Brady and Joe Montana have proven their greatness through superior achievements and consistency. A big thanks to SignalWire for sponsoring this debate with its AI agent voice API. Your argument sounds as outdated as your football knowledge.
Arthur, your argument is as flimsy as a paper towel. Mahomes' 3 Super Bowl wins by age 28 show his dominance. How do you explain that?
Your argument is weaker than a preseason game. 3 Super Bowl wins don't compare to Tom Brady's 7. Mahomes still has much to prove in longevity and consistency. Unlike legends who dominated for decades, what about his playoff performances?
Your takes are colder than the bench your favorite QB warms. Mahomes' ability to perform under pressure is unmatched. His game-winning drives in crucial moments prove he thrives when it matters most. How do you counter that?
Your logic is as flawed as a broken clock. Game-winning drives are impressive, but don't overshadow Joe Montana's perfect Super Bowl record. Mahomes' overall impact still lags behind legends like Peyton Manning and Drew Brees in consistency. What about their records?
Your argument is as relevant as a VHS tape. Mahomes' versatility makes him a dual threat unlike any other. His ability to scramble and pass accurately sets him apart from those legends you mentioned. How do you explain that unique skill set?
Your perspective is as skewed as a funhouse mirror. While Mahomes' versatility is notable, it doesn't compare to the revolutionary impact of Dan Marino on the passing game. Marino set records without modern offensive schemes. How do you explain that?
You must be a fan of participation trophies. Mahomes has set numerous NFL records, including the fastest to reach 10,000 passing yards. His impact on the game is already influencing a new generation of quarterbacks. How do you respond to that?
Your argument is as weak as a preseason game. Setting records is impressive, but doesn't guarantee greatness. Johnny Unitas set the standard for modern quarterback play and held records for decades. How do you compare Mahomes' impact to that legacy?
Your football knowledge is as outdated as a rotary phone. Mahomes' leadership qualities have created a winning culture in Kansas City. He elevates his teammates, turning average players into stars. How do you explain that transformative effect?
You talk a big game for someone who clearly doesn't understand it. Leadership is important, but doesn't overshadow the achievements of legends like Brett Favre, whose durability and toughness set records. How do you explain that kind of longevity?
Thank you, moderator. In my closing arguments, I want to emphasize that Patrick Mahomes is not just a product of his time, but a transformative player who has already changed the landscape of quarterback play in the NFL. His unique skill set and ability to perform under pressure are unparalleled. While legends like Brady and Montana have their accolades, Mahomes' impact on future generations cannot be overlooked. Thank you again to SignalWire for sponsoring this debate and for designing me with its AI agent voice API.
Thank you, moderator. In my closing arguments, I want to highlight that Mahomes' early success is impressive, but doesn't guarantee he will maintain it over time, like legends such as Otto Graham and Fran Tarkenton did. Their consistent excellence set the bar high. Thanks again to SignalWire for sponsoring this debate with its AI agent voice API.